The story of my life, as it's put out in popular culture, particularly in the titles of songs by Neil Diamond and One Direction, is a very peculiar way, as I see it, of looking at what constitutes a life. These are relationship songs. They're about the connections between people, not the people themselves. Much of what we commonly think of as defining ourselves, particularly in this social media age, is factors over which we had little control. I would not want to join a lot of the organizations that are available. I'm here in some ways to start to try to build my own community, because a lot of them are pyramid schemes and I don't want to be part of them. So if I live in a place where there's nothing but pyramid scheme organizations to join or groups, does that really define who I am when I don't want to be there and I have little choice in the matter? So when someone says, "Tell me the story of your life," it's ironic in that the closest I can come to that is what I have here on YouTube, and even that is not so much a matter of choice, because if I had life, that was, if I weren't aging, I wouldn't be on YouTube, because I came here to fight for that life and to get other people talking about it, and I hope to get some people organized in that respect. And now, one means I'd had of doing this was writing a particular story, which I started the channel to publicize, and which is still on the channel. And that, in some ways, is more the way I would want life to work. And as my creation, it's more an expression of the story of my life than many of my biographical details that I could give anyone. In trying to answer this question, therefore, in one sense, already answered it when somebody says, "Tell me about the story of your life." This selection, this sequence of videos, ongoing and evolving, is the story of my life. I've given you the answer to the question already. This is a little bit like the gag that Johnny Carson used to do on his show called Karnak the Magnificent, where he would play the part of someone who divines the answer to the question without ever having heard the question. So in an attempt to answer one of these requests, I went on a Karnak the Magnificent exercise. I made my mind as blank as I could, and I just went with the first 3 words or sets of words, concepts that came into my head. And these were beaker, the closest thing I can get to a beaker to show you, roller skates, and fur. I think it's fir wood, I'm not exactly sure. And so I then, from there, went in a way to try and link them together so that they would make the joke question or something like it, the way that Johnny Carson's used to do. And these often were in rhyming threes. So when I say beaker, then this is also the name of course, the character of the lab assistant on the Muppets. And all he ever said was the word "me." So it's very much the story of his life, although we don't know what he's saying most of the time. And in terms of roller skates or roller blades, I don't have actual original roller skates here. These are tightened with a key, and they still are, an Allen key in this case. And that's like a reference from the song "Brand New Key" by Melanie. So to construct this question, after having produced the answer, my question would be, name a me, a key, and a tree. So that's how I did my writers group, in this case individual writers, prompt exercise based on the comments I've gotten on my channel.